Hey there, friends. Have you ever wondered why Jesus chose ordinary people as his closest friends and disciples? Stick around because this time we are diving into this mind-blowing topic to uncover the deeper meaning behind his choices. Trust me, you don't want to miss this time on You, Me, and the Word. Picture this. A great leader is forming a team to revolutionize the world. Who would you expect them to choose? The best of the best, right? Visionaries, intellectuals, charismatic leaders, the cream of the crop. But Jesus, he flipped the script entirely. He didn't go for the who's who of society. Instead, he called ordinary, everyday people to walk beside him. Why? Well, let's break it down. In our modern world, success is often equated with being exceptional. We are told to hustle, stand out, and prove that we're worth it. But Jesus didn't follow that playbook. Instead of picking influencers or scholars, he chose fishermen, tax collectors, and even a skeptic or two. Take Peter, for example. This guy was impulsive, hot headed, and far from polished. Or Matthew, a tax collector, basically a social outcast. They were all considered corrupt, and they often took advantage of the local people. And let's not forget Thomas, who earned the nickname Doubting Thomas for his moments of uncertainty. These were not perfect resumes, they were messy, raw, and real. And yet, Jesus saw something extraordinary in their ordinariness. So, why would Jesus do this? Why choose people who were, by all accounts, unremarkable? One, relatability. By choosing ordinary people, Jesus made his message accessible. If he had surrounded himself with elites, the average person might have felt excluded or unworthy. But seeing someone like Peter, a regular guy who regularly made mistakes, well, it gave people hope. It gives people hope when we read about him in the Bible. It showed them that they too had a place in this movement. Number two, room for growth. Ordinary people often come with teachable hearts. They're open to learning and growing. Jesus didn't need perfection, he needed willingness. And that's a powerful reminder for us all. God doesn't call the qualified, he qualifies the called. And in fact, in Jesus' day, the most quote unquote knowledgeable and powerful, they figured they knew it all. They weren't willing to listen to Jesus. That's why he wound up on the cross, because they found his message too disturbing, too incorrect compared with what they thought was the right thing. So the next reason why Jesus chose ordinary people is highlighting God's power. Choosing flawed, imperfect people showcases the transformative power of God. And God didn't just do this in the New Testament with his disciples, it is all through the Old Testament as well. The disciples didn't achieve greatness on their own. Their impact came from their connection to Jesus and their faith. Now, here is where it gets personal. How often do we feel like we're not enough, not talented enough, smart enough, or spiritual enough? Jesus' choice of friends reminds us that we don't have to be extraordinary to make a difference. We don't have to be extraordinary to be followers of Jesus. We just have to be available. Think about it. Peter denied Jesus 3 times, and this is after he had been with Jesus for 2 or 3 years. And yet he still became the rock, the foundation upon which the church was built. Thomas had questions. But his story has inspired countless people to wrestle with their own questions, knowing that having questions is not disqualifying. These weren't superheroes, they were human, just like you and me, and they were acceptable to God. So, what does this mean for you? Have you been waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect version of yourself to step into your purpose? Have you thought, I have to have conquered this sin or this problem that I have in my life first? God won't accept me until I have already handled it on my own. Nothing could be further from the truth. God knows us so well that he knows that we need him to help us. Stop waiting. Start now. Just as Jesus called ordinary people 2,000 years ago to do extraordinary things, he is calling you too. He calls me. So don't let it stop you. And hey, let's keep this conversation going. Share your thoughts in the comments. Who inspires you from Jesus' circle of friends and why? Or tell me about a moment when you felt God working through your imperfections. And if this message resonated with you, hit that like button and share this video with someone who needs a little encouragement today. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into faith, community, and living a purpose-filled life. Your support helps us grow this community and spread this message even further. Remember, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be willing. Let's embrace our imperfections and step boldly into our calling. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.